Good morning, everyone. It is what, day 3? 4? Some sad news to report. We are not going to Georgetown. It is really windy out. It's not safe for us to get on the tender boat, so no Georgetown Grand Cayman today. It's just not safe. It's been really rocky pretty much all night, and I was kind of afraid that we were gonna have bad weather. It looks nice outside, but it is it's just not safe to tender out, so they've closed the port. Safety is kind of the number one concern. Can't fault the captain for that or anybody. So we're bummed, but because we're going to do snorkeling today. We have it set up for Castaway Key and parasailing, but Taylor's at Port Adventures right now trying to see if there's anything else that we can do to get some snorkeling tomorrow at Jamaica. But we're going to have a day at sea, and we're going to have a good time. Let's get started. So I just came back to the room, and Taylor wanted to celebrate my birthday early. She got Stitch to sign this, and she did a little bit of decorating. Yeah, you did. Look at this. Look how cool it is. Look at Mickey. And happy birthday. And Minnie. And I got this little box, and Taylor got me a birthday Stitch, and it lights up. Look at that. And there's a big tie that I'm very confident she's going to make me wear.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's a towel. Look at that.
It's not like pillow-ish thing. I don't know what that is.
I think this is like what they put everything in, but it's like a hard top, like
Box?
pleather. Huh?
It's for the box?
Yeah, it's a box. But the box folds up. It's like one of those storage bins that you can buy. And then there's more. And she got me a window cling. Alright guys, so we're shooting this another day, but we're putting in today's vlog. We're going to give you a tour of the Disney Fantasy. So we're going to start out on deck 2.
Okay guys, so as I said, we're going to be doing a tour of the Disney Fantasy. Want to give you guys a little bit of terminology so you know what I'm talking about, and then we're going to get started. Okay guys, so while we're walking through the ship, you're going to hear me mentioning where locations are on the ship. I want to tell you what positions are what. So in the back of the ship, that's going to be called the aft. In the middle of the ship, it's going to be called midship, and in the front is going to be called forward. Something else to note, we don't really talk about it too much, but the left side of the ship is going to be called port, and the right side of the ship is going to be called starboard, and sometimes the back of it will be referred to as the stern. In just a moment, you're going to see that we start on deck 2. Deck 1 is really just the medical center, which is forward, and then you've also got multiple locations to get off the ship when you go to a port of call. Other than that, there's really nothing there. You're also going to see that after deck 5, we jump all the way to 11, and that's just because deck 6 through 10 is just completely staterooms, so there's nothing else there other than your staterooms. Alright guys, so without further ado, we are on deck 2 right now. Right now you're looking at the Midship Detective Agency, and this is a game you can play throughout the entire ship. You'll see that later. You've also got really cool art gallery here, so you can actually buy all these paintings and take them home if you see something you like, which is really cool. Coming up here is the Enchanted Garden restaurant, and this is just one of the restaurants that you'll attend when you do your dining rotations. Okay guys, we are on deck 3 forward, and this is the entrance to the Walt Disney Theater. This is where you're going to see all of your shows and Broadway performances. Over here is Preludes, and this is basically just an area where you can get concessions before you go in. Up here, this is Whitecaps. This is going to be like a nicer store with kind of some of your nicer luxury items. It's all tax-free. Up here is kind of like a main lobby area before you get into the Walt Disney Theater, and this is where all your shopping is going to be. Coming up on the left here is Mickey's main sale, and we took you into all these shops, but this is kind of just so you can get an idea of where they're at on the ship. Right up here is Sea Treasures, and again, this is all kind of connected. You can kind of bounce in between all of them. All the gift shops on the ship are all really in the same area, which is nice. Up on the left, you've got a kind of another luxury store. We didn't really go in there too much. We're now getting into deck 5. This is Midship, and this is where you're going to see, this is kind of the first area you're going to see when you walk onto the Disney Fantasy. You have guest services up here. Guest services will be able to handle anything if you have a question, compliment, complaint, something wrong with your build, you just need some help. They're a one-stop shop, and they're great. These sliding doors are actually what you will come through when you first board the Disney Fantasy. It can also turn into like a photo shoot area for characters, but that's where you will initially board. Right here is kind of the lobby or the atrium, if you will. This is kind of like the main gathering area, and this is where you're going to see character meet and greets, shows. You can see they have the Star Wars Day at Sea poster up. Everything goes on here, and it also shows deck 3, 4, and 5. Right up here, you've got elevators right there. This is kind of a big gathering spot. You'll see a lot of activities go on here. Leaving the lobby area, we're going to be heading towards the aft of the ship, or the stern as they would say. And right through here you have a hallway that's going to lead you down to your other 2 dining locations. You've got on here, this is Royal Court. This is kind of like a princess themed fairy tale style dinner. They do breakfast and lunch also. And then all the way down here, you've got Animators Palette, which I think is the coolest place to eat. The entire place comes alive. You've got drawings of characters, colors everywhere. Just a really, really neat dining experience. So we are now on deck 4 aft, and this is kind of like the grown-up adult area. And it's just a bunch of nightclubs and bars, and through this winding area here. This area here is called La Piazza, and it's kind of like a bar lounge area. They do some activities here. They have some music playing from time to time, and it's just a place to kind of relax, have a drink. The next place we're going into is called Ooh La La, and this is a champagne bar, and basically it's a very kind of low-key, lights down low area. Nice music playing, of course champagne, and Taylor loves it. Leaving Ooh La La, we're going into Gills Pub, and this is a pub-style bar. Lots of TVs where you can watch all your favorite sports games, sit back, have a drink, just a pub-style bar. This next place we're going into is my favorite. This is the Skyline Lounge, and what they've done is they've put TVs all around the bar to make it look like windows, and you're peering out into different areas of the world. It's really, really neat. So if you ask nicely, they will give you, it's like an iPad or something like that, and basically it lets you change the city that you're looking out into. So this next bar that we're going into is called the Tube, and it's modeled after the subway system in London. Really, really nice setup. There's a lot of games that you'll play in here. Sometimes you'll see some comedians, some magicians. There's all sorts of activities always going on in here. This is a really fun place to be. At some point we did a silent DJ party, and you can go out on the floor over there and dance. I'm not sure if we have video of that or not. Leaving the Tube, now we're going to go into the D Lounge. And the D Lounge is basically, well, it's a lounge, but basically they go through and you can do karaoke, they'll do trivia, game shows. This is also a place that you'll meet if you have some port adventures. It's kind of an all-purpose room, if you will. Walking out of D Lounge, you can see Taylor is obsessing over Tiffany & Co. This next area is called Shutters, and this is basically an area where you can see all your photos that were taken on board, have them printed, buy digital copies, whatever you want. My recommendation, do it sooner than later, because this is the last night and it's busy, as you can see. Shutters is Midship, I forgot to tell you. And if you look down, you can actually see there's some character meet and greets going on there. Heading out of Shutters, we're going to go over to the Buena Vista movie theater, and basically you can see some newer movies, older movies. When we were there, Frozen 2 was out, and Rise of Skywalker, which was cool because those were still in theaters. Similar to Preludes on Deck 3, that was just a concession stand. That is one of the few places that does cost extra on the ship. While the movie theater is not small in any way, definitely fills up, especially for something like Frozen 2. So if you really want to see a movie, get there early. You'll thank yourself. Up on deck 5, you can also get into the Walt Disney Theater here. And then outside here, we shot this particular part at night, but you can see that there's kind of an open area where you can just sit and lounge. And if you're looking to get some exercise in, you can actually run a lap around the entire ship, which is cool. On deck 5 midship, there is a kids area, and you got the Oceaneers lab, you've got the Small World nursery, basically an area for your kids to eat lunch, hang out, play with other friends, basically be supervised. The kids love this area. There's all sorts of themed areas, which is cool. They've got Pixie Hollow here, and then my favorite, Toy Story. So really, really fun area. The kids love this. You basically have to pride them away from what I've been told. Also on deck 5 midship, you have Bippity Boppity Boutique, and this is basically where the young ones can become either a princess or a pirate. It is an extra charge, but it's definitely fun for them. Deck 5 is also going to be the home of the Port Adventures desk, and that's basically where you can book excursions like snorkeling, parasailing, anything that you want to do while you're on the cruise. Now jumping up to deck 11 forward, and this is Census Spa, and basically an area where you can come and relax. All this stuff is at an extra charge, but there's scented showers with aromatherapy, there's massages, basically anything that a spa would offer. You can come out and relax. There also is going to be an entire fitness center as well. I apologize, we don't have any footage of that, but it's there. Walking outside of Census Spa, you've got the Cove Bar and the adults only Quiet Cove Pool. And this is nice because no kids are allowed back here. You've got all sorts of loungers out. This fun yet scary piece of glass lets you stand over it and look through. See it down at the ocean. You've got 2 hot tubs which have an amazing view of the ocean, and those also have clear glass bottoms so you can look down. Lots of chairs to lounge and watch the sunset. You've got the Cove Cafe, and this is like a coffee bar. We're going to go ahead and go inside here. So this is just like a coffee bar. I will throw it out here. Nothing that you're going to get in here is going to be included, so you'll have to pay extra for anything you get in here. There's very few places on the ship like that, but this is one of those. So you're going to have your teas, coffees, espressos, things like that. Pastries, all that good stuff. But there is coffee and pastries on board in other places like Cabanas that are going to be included in your pricing. We're going to take a step outside of the Cove Bar, and we're going to head towards midship, and this is going to be Flo's Cafe, and this is pretty much always open, at least that we saw, even when Cabanas is closed. And this is going to be a place that you can get kind of like your American food, burgers, fries, hot dogs, salads, wraps, all that good stuff. You got Tomato's Grill here. Just regular food that you would expect. Nothing fancy, really delicious food all around. And you've got a bar area where you can grab drinks if you want. They also have waiters that will come around and bring you drinks. You've also got a soda station. And then up on the right here, this is going to be the kids area where it's got funnel vision so you can watch movies. You can see here they're doing events. This is also where you're going to see the aqueduct, which is the water slide, go around the entire cruise ship and even over the side, which is awesome. Moving forward, we're going to be heading into what's called Sweet on You, and this is basically a kind of a bakery slash candy store, if you will. This is one of those places that again costs a little bit extra. They got this cute statue of Mickey and Minnie here. They've got all sorts of delicious ice cream here. They've actually got a cool Minnie Mouse bowl that Taylor got for the ice cream. They've also got a Mickey Mouse one if Minnie's not your fancy. They've got all sorts of sprinkles, toppings, cake pops. You're going to see lots of different macaroons, cupcakes. Basically, if you have a sweet tooth, you need to come here. Also, I forgot to mention outside of Sweet on You, kind of by the kids area, by the pool, there's like a splash area for little kids, which is Finding Nemo themed. Also near Sweet on You is Cabanas, and this is your buffet style area to eat. They do breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything you want basically, they've got. We are deck 5 midship, and this is basically where you would get on the aqueduct. There is an aqua lab for kids that want to play around in the water, and then also back there is going to be a basketball court and mini golf. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is a rough tour of the Disney Fantasy. There's certainly some things that we forgot here and there, but that is a rough tour of the Disney Fantasy. It's also going to be very similar to the Disney Dream. They're basically sister ships. So if you want a really in-depth complete tour, take a look on YouTube. There's some great ones out there. That's actually what we did when we were first curious about sailing.
Alright, so we fast forwarded a lot in the day. We fell asleep for basically the entire day.
Yeah, we both didn't really feel like wanting to close.
Yeah, we didn't feel great, so
Sorry.
it is what it is. But we just watched Frozen. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Frozen was amazing.
So now we're eating an Animators Palette, and I love this place because basically the entire room comes to life, and then they give you a piece of paper, you draw out your character, and then they scan it in and it actually shows up on the screen and it dances and does all sorts of cool stuff.
There's yours, Faye. There's mine. Alright, it's that time of the night. So we take this guy, we put it right about here, which turns on the lights.
And see.
And we can see, what is that? Is that
A bird?
it's a bird.
It's a penguin.
It's a penguin, maybe. I think it's a penguin or a bird. I don't know.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Here's the thing, it doesn't really matter because I have chocolate. And that's mine too.
Yes.
Alright guys, so today is Jamaica Day, except it was bad weather. Ooh, it's not their fault. I can't be mad. I'm disappointed, but I can't be mad.
An update to share regarding our calling to Jamaica today. When we arrived at Falmouth this morning, we experienced high winds and unfavorable ocean conditions. The port pilot was unable to board as the sea conditions were considered unsafe. We then sailed to Ocho Rios, but unfortunately the weather there was similar, and the port pilot deemed the condition unsafe to attempt docking the ship. Regrettably, due to the weather, we'll be unable to visit Jamaica today, and instead we spend the day at sea.
So we got some chocolate milk, orange juice, breakfast, lots of food, and a day at sea.
One of the things we wanted to do on the Disney Dream, which was our first cruise we took and we didn't get to do, was the Midship Detective Agency. So since we have another day at sea, we're going to take advantage of it.
I'm doing it? Okay.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So you just take...
Boom.
Oh, I did it.
Yes. Alright, screw it. 1.
Go, detectives!
We're doing Disney trivia for songs.
Song number 9.
Topsy-turvy. Alright, so tonight's towel animal is an elephant. It's got my sunglasses. And we've got this for tomorrow. I don't know if we're allowed to keep this, but it's certainly cool.
Okay guys, so we are back at home in the midst of having 2 back-to-back days at sea. We kind of just took a break from vlogging for like 3/4 of the day. So we don't really have an outro because we forgot about it. So thank you for watching. I know it was kind of a weird vlog with the tour and everything like that. We just kind of put 2 days together. The next vlog, tomorrow's, is going to be Star Wars Day at Sea, and then after that is my favorite day because it is Castaway Cay. So stay tuned. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!